All right, we are back here on the Mana Symbol channel. Zacho coming at all of you tonight. A very special feature here on the Mana Symbol channel. We've got a little bit of Down Under Urza. It's a prison deck that's going to be filling up the graveyard so that we can attempt to win the game with Mirrodin Besieged. So, Mirrodin Besieged is an enchantment. Says, as it enters the battlefield, you choose Mirrodin or Phyrexian. You've got the two options, Mirrodin, which says whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless mere artifact creature token, or Phyrexian, and this is our choice. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card, then discard a card, and if there are 15 or more artifact cards in your graveyard, target opponent loses the game. Hopefully they won't have hexproof. So, we've got that going on with enough artifacts to hopefully dump in our graveyard so that we can do that. Using Chalice of the Void here to buy enough time against things like Prowess, things like Burn. Generally, the list as submitted was going to be a little soft to things like that. Though we do have Thopter Foundry, we do have Sword of the Meek, so we've got the combo in there. With Urza, Lord, High Artificer. We've got Whir of Invention and all the classics. We've got Ensnaring Bridge, Crucible of Worlds, Witchbane Orb, Bottled Cloister, just all the fantastic crap. So it's going to be great. And we've got Spellskite, Torpor Orb, Grinding Station, not usually part of the Urza combo decks, but in the case that we're trying to make Mirrodin Besieged an actual win condition, we're rocking and a rolling with that. So, we've got a Pithing Needle here. It's really the only thing in the entire deck that will be hit by Chalice of the Void on X1. So that's all right. And then we've got Riddlesmith. So Riddlesmith says whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So this allows us to dump a bunch of crap, nonsense chaff into our graveyard. And if we are playing with Emry, Lurker of the Loch, which we intend to, we are going to be able to cast a spell every turn, assuming that Emry remains in play. So there's a bunch of utility lands in the mana base. I left in the Geier Reach Sanitarium because our color requirements aren't so bad. I threw in a couple of Talisman of Progress. So the Geier Reach did have combo in the sideboard with Narset, part of our Veils, the War of the Spark Planeswalker. And so, you know, I kept it because we still get to dump excess artifacts, and having the one of the legendary land's not going to hurt us too much. There were originally Narsets in the sideboard. I helped slant the sideboard a bit to take care of maybe punching through against control decks and gaining life against the Prowess and Burn decks. A lot of the middle of the road stuff, I'm not entirely sure how we're going to fare, but I'm going to do my level best to play this deck as intended and try to win at least one game, or perhaps a match, or a match worth of games off the back of our new friend, Mirrodin Besieged. I didn't realize how rough the deck list was. Spent a lot of time on all sorts of different parts of the channel here, on the overlays and such. Excuse me? I don't think it... No, it did take it. Good. Good. So crack yourself a foamy and hang on out. Anyone got any questions about the deck list? You can drop that in the chat there. I threw on my shades because a little bit of sun was out, so get your sunnies on. Walnut Crusher, first victim. Always like to wish that people have good luck and they have fun. Not for us though. First hand is a bit shit. Second hand a lot better. Turn to Emry off the Mishra's Bauble. Never know, Mishra. Either way. Toss the Emry. Let's go. Bloodstained Mire in. Pops in the graveyard immediately. Blood Crypt, looking to be... Oh, Seal of Fire. Yeah, that's not the most fun. Alright, we've got our good friend here, Riddlesmith, should do a reasonable job distracting this Seal of Fire. If it ain't Foster's, it ain't beer. I've got a little bit of news for you, friend. A lot of Australians don't really care much for Foster's. It's kind of shit. Not like a little. It's kind of cheap American style crap. Does come in a big can though. And if there's anything I like a big can. Seal of Fire. Well, that's a bit shit. All right. Problematic. Darksteel Citadel and Inventors Fair. So, little shy on the blue. I could grab Pithing Needle if I could cast the Whir, which I cannot. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm supposed to just use this Emry, draw their fire, but it's not really of much use. Best leave it in the hand, actually, because if they have a discard spell, then it's entirely possible they will take the Emry because I can't cast the Whir, and might get a chance to deploy it later. This deck list came with just a completely unintelligible number of ideas. Maybe didn't do it justice with the tweaks that I made, but we'll see. No play at all. No Scourge of the Skyclaves, and if they have a Death Shadow, they can't deploy that. Sprite Dragon. Okay. So, not GDS, which I thought it was. It's more the Sprite Dragon Lurus deck. Well, this is a bit of a kick in the teeth. Initially, I was thinking that it was possible that I wanted to pull more of a change on this deck list and go blue-green and keep the Mirrodin Besieged and use the food mana base, but didn't go down that road too far because I thought it's going to be a lot of work, and I just did not set enough time aside. Sprite Dragon coming in. Don't have another Hallowed Fountain, whatever. But I do have another couple of islands, so should be good to go here. If I could find one of my Field of Ruin, probably could take them off of most of their lands. Speak of the devil. For the moment, they're not really putting that much pressure on me, so we'll just pass here. Burn going upstairs. Wonder how many copies of Coligan's Command they're playing. Because this is a good window to resolve this Whir So, probably worth doing. And we were for 3. Get the bridge. It's not a problem for them yet, but it soon will be. Can empty my hand next turn. And then go nuts with them with the field rune. So, feeling not unconfident, not disconfident, not a lack of confidence here. Plus Inventors Fair, plus the Crucible. It's like a strong recursion. 1, 2, 3. Grabbing the Loris, sure. If we get Pithing Needle on Seal of Fire, then that's not a problem. Could be drowning the Loch there, but not a problem soon. Alright. That's not really what I wanted to draw, is it? Still can definitely shrink the... Can definitely shrink the hand size by enough. My Ensnaring Bridge is a shower, not a grower. So... assuming the Seal of Fire is going to come out here. They've got the Lurus in hand already, so they can just pop it. And then going after their steam vents. Got the one more. Yeah, I've got the one more Field of Ruin. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great time with the league, but it's going to be a long one. I was hoping I could get something like Mono Red Prison or some nonsense where we could be done with it by an hour, because I just feel like I'm going to piss some people off by playing Prison. Yep, that's the only thing I'm doing that could piss anyone off. Fatal Push, sure. They seem to be on like a really light number of like counter spells or anything like it. That's a lot of burn coming out. But Inventors Fair going to gain me some life, and I can get the Pithing Needle on the Seal of Fire. So not the end of the world yet. Hope the changes to the deck list are not entirely off what you were looking for. I thought there was a lot of nonsense in the deck list, so I just wanted to cut down a bit on how all over the place it felt. All right, let's rumble, kitty cat, you and me. That's all right. So, kind of wanted to... it'll work out fine. Sack the fair. Go and get the needle. Throw in the needle. Suppose I could have gotten Chalice if I'd been a little more aware, since casting the Seal of Fire over and over, it'll get counted on the next ones. I can always get the Chalice on 0 to turn off their extra card draws from Mishra's Bauble. Should be a pretty quick... Really? That's absolutely nuts. You're crazy. They're leaving Urza. They're nuts. And I suppose that I'm at 6. They've got lightning bolts. They've got more Seal of Fires. But if I get Chalice this turn, it's probably all locked up just entirely. So there's a bit of good luck that we ran into the Chalice when we did, and everything just sort of shook out the way it did. So 4, 5, sack again. And we just overtapped. Shape anew. Yeah, someone put together some kind of wacky shape anew deck. And yeah. It's a bit mental looking, but you put in Blightsteel Colossus. So bit excited to try that sucker out. Yeah, Sailor of Memes. That's the plan. Got a bit of a dono, Wise Otter. So we are doing the thing. The Shape Anew deck. I have not actually sourced it yet because I've been a bit lazy all day working on an article. So I'm not actually properly caught up with a bunch of shit I'm supposed to be doing for the stream. So you can't see the list yet until I find the tweet that had it. I would actually be very grateful if someone would go and find me the tweet. I'm hoping that Brian shows up later and actually sources that tweet for me so that I don't have to do it myself. So I'm not sure. I think there was one that had something along the lines of, I thought it had Blightsteel Colossus, but I have to ask Brian. I don't know. I can just sort of start getting combo pieces here. Although they will likely be able to counter them or some shit. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do here. Yikes. At minimum, I can grab Tormod's Crypt. Witchbane is alright. Tormod's Crypt, I kind of like clearing out the yard. So I don't want to put Chalice on 0. The Aussie invasion, it's this. We've been invaded, Blitz. So we've got the Academy Ruins stuck in exile, which is not what I wanted. But they've got, of course, they've got another Mishra's Bauble immediately. Yeah, I don't know if you caught it, Blitz, but someone last night was like, "Did you do an accent stream?" And I said, "Yeah, shove me, 25 USD." And they said, "Would you do it for 20?" And I said, "Yeah." So here we are, playing prison against the Lurus opponent who has no way out and no plan. I guess I can just knock... Oh, shit. Yeah. Should have taken him off the blue quicker. Alright, 1. Oof. Well, you don't love to see that. Two, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, garbage. Absolute garbage. Right off. No good. Yeah. I mean, I've got the Chalice, so I'm not feeling like I'm dead. I did watch some Steve Irwin for like just a little bit of inspiration, but it's like you can't. There's no way I could pick one accent and dial in on it that hard in one day. Just did not have enough prep time, so we're just going. Where's the constructs? Oh, we've got a Torpor Orb, so blocked. What do you mean what's happening, Jig? We got a couple of beers, and we're playing a little bit of Artifact Prison. Do you know where the Shape Anew deck is? I need it. I need the Shape Anew deck list. Whatever Brian was playing with Blightsteel Colossus. That's going to be up next. I don't know. I feel like let's go and just go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm getting Thopter Foundry, and I'm hoping they don't have a counter. And then we've got Chalice for afters. I'll kind of tap like shit. Fine. 1, 2. Go. We lost the Academy. Oh, they've got nothing. What a strange version of like... This is like the worst version of a Grixis Luris Sprite Dragon deck I've ever seen. So we go get the Sword of the Meek, and it's just over, I guess. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we've got five artifacts in the graveyard. If we had drawn one of the 2 Mirrodin Besieged, which I did not. Well, this doesn't seem like the Spike Brew. They've played 0 counter spells in the entire match, so I can't imagine that's what it is in any real sense. It's a bit shit. Shuffle. Fetch and shuffle before they draw. Alright, just make it easy then. 2. No response. Alright. Sword in. Throw on the theme song. First, we've got to activate, pay, sacrifice. Oh shit, there's the Torpor Orb. Hold on. It's been a while since I played with the number. Alright, there we go. So, yes, alright. Easy peasy. No, it's not problem blitz, it's just sack the Torpor Orb. I just thought I was fucking up because I was grabbing the theme song. It's hard as hell doing what I'm doing on stream right now. So I really, really want to thank anybody who actually sticks around for the entire stream, because this is quite the time. Darth Combo. So you were the donator, right? I cut the Ethereum sculptors because they were a bit sus. Riddlesmith, on the other hand, is... It seems like if it had stuck for more than a half a second in that game one, that it would have been fine. Farmy. You crack one of these guys. Throw it in your shit, and you got a Farmy. No, Riddlesmith I've got, like, high hopes for with Mirrodin Besieged. Like, if we're conceding that this is a way we want to try to win a game, I almost think that having the Thopter Foundry and the sword is a bit cheating. Because, like, you know. And there were some good choices in the previous deck, like the submitted version, that I thought were quite, like, clever for that particular win condition. But they were, like, just super low powered, right? Just, like, pointless. So it's tough. Yeah, but Dr. Jig, when I was working on cruise ships, I knew an Aussie bloke, and he had an accent that was so, like, class, that people assumed that he was British. And there was the other guy, Alan, the sound technician, and he just sounded like he was drunk all the time. He would walk onto the stage and be like, "Oh yeah, she's just got the microphone's a bit of feedback, you know." I can't even. It was just ridiculous. So just a bit. I mean, Dark Combo. I grabbed a little bit of inspiration from Angled Lufa, a little bit of inspiration from, like, the old Susurrus deck lists. So we'll see if it shakes out in any way that makes sense. All right, so I should take the Chalice here, and I'm not sure what they're going to do with it. Sorry, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the hand. Oh, they're reading. Yeah, it's a lot of text. Well, I have to thank Darth Combo for the opportunity to practice playing Blue Prison, obviously. Because everyone with the Steve Irwins. Right. So, got a bit of an opening and play Engineered Explosives on 2. I assume they've brought in some kind of a Braid, Colligan's Command, something that will deal with artifacts that I have, but yeah, crikey. Reader. Polluted Delta. They've got all their land drops so far. Luris, Kitty Cat, still waiting in the wings. Are we going to see the first ever in Modern someone's going to counter Mirrodin Besieged? Nope. Alright then. Do that. Play Tormod's Crypt. Yeah, I thought you might say that, Jig. But I feel like that would be counterintuitive to the purpose that we're here for. I mean, Dark Combo can tell me if they would prefer that
Clang, clang, clang with
I
the
try
trolley.
to
Ring, ring, ring,
maximize the chance of winning
zing, zing,
over
zing.
the meme value.
Thank you.
Right, we do have a second one. Thanks for the follow, Crovis16. Crovis. First follow of the Aussie stream. Oi. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Feel like the Australians have the same issue that Canadians have, where when we are working with Americans, we've got this default of being very clear about in what ways we are not American. What, Stevie B? That's great. I love that. Right, so discard the bubble. No damage. 2 mana. They're on like just like an abysmally low amount of counter magic. They just threw a Croxer into my Tormod's Crypt. I think Magic Online is like clicked in to how much effort that I'm putting in on stream. And so if I'm putting in a normal amount of effort, like I'll just never ever 5-0 a league, but it'll be like pretty entertaining. But then on a league like this where I'm working extra hard by playing Blue Prison, we get the gimme opponents. We'll see here. Do they have any kind of counter? Because drown will not do it. You can't drown Urza. No. Good. Good. Yeah. No. Can't drown that. Maybe a draw stop. Because I probably need to get rid of the Croxer. I can 5-0 with the worst decks and never win with real decks. I had the same thing happen to me the last 5-0 I got. I registered Nahiri Boom for the first time ever. And boom. Easiest 5-0 of my life. Like, it was a joke. But now they can drown it. Right. Down he goes. Shit. Well, could Tormod's Crypt myself, but more value in Tormod's Crypting the opponent. So, we did draw an Emry, which is going to fuel Mirrodin Besieged. We've got 1, 2, just the 2. But yeah, I was posting in the Faithless Brewing Discord that I thought, or my feeling was like, did you ever just like always 5-0 with the wrong deck list? It's like the wrong woman loves you. Oh shit. Well, we've got the explosives. Nah, let's be serious. You love the wrong woman. It's not about the wrong woman loving you. It's you love the wrong woman always. Ah, I'm just tap for shit. Over tap. Yeah. I like the flavor that Mirrodin Besieged, if you choose Phyrexian, like you don't have any cards in hand at end of turn, it's not a May. It just mills you one. A little bit of daggers. Just a bit. Engineered explosives on 0. That's a bit shit. I mean, I can still use Emry to bring it back and get rid of the Sprite Dragon, so it's not the end of the world, but it will take a minute longer. Lightning Bolt. Ah, brutal. Brutal. Gosh. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This means I can use the Inventors Fair, which could grab me the bridge. Obviously, it could grab me the Crucible. Oh, shit. No. No, need more artifacts, but they blew them all up. Jig, I agree with you. I just thought at the moment of casting that what Darth Combo wanted here was more meme and less dream. So I apologize to Mirrodin Besieged. It's not exactly what I would have intended either. First we dream, then we meme. I don't think that's the slogan of Serum Visions at all. But I'm glad that you think that way occasionally. So if they have any kind of counter magic or spell at all, it doesn't matter. The creature's big enough that we are just dead. So got the game 1 win, and we've got still a shot at game 3. Doesn't matter. They've got a 5/5. They've got a 5/5. We're dead. As long as they had a single instant or sorcery in their hand, sorry, non-creature spell that they could cast, then we were dead. So it doesn't matter that it was the mill could hit artifacts from them. No, we were like 4 more artifacts away from the graveyard. Not that close. I mean, we were close, but like 8 turns away. Maybe Sigh, and then if I pick Mirrodin, if Emry milled 7 artifacts. Yes, well, didn't though. They had engineered explosives on 0, and that was savage. We need Naban. No? Do you mean, oh, Dean of, no, Consul of Perfection? The hexproof? I don't understand what Naban... No, what does Naban do for you? What? Ah, that's ridiculous. Double trigger Emry, mill 8. Yeah, I guess. Seems a bit loose. No, I didn't realize for what you wanted Naban. So... Stay away from my Blink Moth tonic. Got a bit too much of the brewer in ya. Shit. Kind of want Psy, but... No, I definitely want Psy. Riddlesmith is kind of shit here. Just like way too removable. Maybe Spellskite. No, I like Spellskite. That's shit. Better? Not good, though. Oh, God. Yeah. Alright. We've got Lens and like a Mirrodin Besieged or what? Cut Bob for Cobru in Lazav Breach. Best idea I've had in a while. Yeah, Bob in the Lavadart metagame seems sus. Bauble, Pass, sure. Double bubble. Alright. Shuffle. Or a grave. And discard. Holy shit. Oh, that's a whole thing. Takes Mirrodin Besieged. I think we've already won. I think we already won. Like, how can we lose now that they took a Mirrodin Besieged with the discard spell? We put the fear of Phyrexia in them. Backslick, sure. Sure. And then grabs the Luris. Wow. Ready for the Thopter beats. Yeah, I guess. Maybe field hits them hard. It seemed like it did in game one, so let's go for it and just see if we can knock them off of red entirely. Like, in game one, they had... What? Yeah. Field into Chalice is not bad. Oh, thank you for the follow, Hermano Milg. Hermano MLG. Hermano MLG. This is how you say. Thanks for the follow, Batu Tinham and Batu Tinha. Are you the real Batu Tinha? No. Not on this stream, You've got to be kidding me. Why the hell would you join on this stream? I'm playing garbage. I talk like garbage. God damn it. Batutina, are you Australian? Because if so, I apologize to the nation. Yeah, Batutinha was trophying with a bunch of Niv lists at one point from Brazil. See, every great Magic the Gathering player is either from... No, not Australian voices. My Australian voice. Being raised in Canada, bit shit. I just identify as Australian for the next, let's say, 90 minutes. Right. Just crack in for two. No, Australian voices are great. Just a plethora of reasons I'm not going to get into right now. Cracks the engineer explosive, so I have a choice. Either sacrifice both to draw a card. Thopter them. Yeah, I could get the Foundry, I guess. They're light on counter magic, and they seem to be light on destruction anyway, so maybe. But I need a non-token artifact if they counter the sword, or, well, we'll see. Swiss sneeze. Not looking to cause some shit. Aussie voices are great. I've worked with many Australians. All fabulous human beings. Anyway, are you in fact the real Batutinha? How are you going with this deck? Well, it's the first round and my opponent's playing a bit shit. They're playing Luris Sprite Dragon with a bunch of garbage in their deck. Like, no counter magic. So, oh god. Slap in the face. Hashtag Troupe du Batuta. Alright. Team Batu Tinha. Right. So I can either make 2 Thopters but lose everything next turn, or lose everything next turn and not make 2 Thopters. Either way, I'm kind of fucked. You called your friends to come here. That's a really bad idea considering what this stream is. Second draw when he pops. Do we have a removal? Not really, of any kind in any way. As submitted, this deck was a bit like pure prison, sort of Susurrus style. And I didn't push it unduly far in a direction that wasn't that. The hell is PR? Portuguese. I can't speak Portuguese. Oh shit. I had a joke when I was playing on ships with a Brazilian guy. And I would make fun of the... we were in Mobile, Alabama. And so the Portuguese guy in the band was like just this phenomenal guitar player. And I would always say to him in a Texas accent, I would say to him, "Hey, Pedro, I always forget, are you Mexican or Spanish?" And he thought it was fucking hilarious. Yeah, they've got a Thoughtseize. What, Blitz? Are you going to tell me that's not funny as shit? I think it's funny as shit. Yeah, Seal of Fire. They have the Engineering Explosive still for 0, and just knock down my Thopters, so it's kind of pointless. We're just dead. Like, Luris plus Seal of Fire plus Engineered Explosives is just going to take us apart no matter what I put into play. So, like, we had an alright game 1, but the Thoughtseize or Inquisition and all the shit this game has just been brutal. There's just no point. Like, I'm out. Deck is too good, and we will fall. And that's fine. It's fine. Opponent's playing some meta knockoff nonsense, even though it was kind of crap. We're fine. So this deck is a little bit awkward. I think if I were to take a very serious approach towards it, the Riddlesmiths, the grinding stations, for sure would go out. For what? I'm not sure. But on top of that, Urza is kind of crap in this build. I love Urza, but like he's just not functioning in any relevant way here. So, not sure if that is something we actually should be doing. How about round 2? Let's go. Thanks for joining me for this evening, everyone. Hope you're having a good time. Did anyone find that Shape Anew list yet with the Sailor of Memes? Was it in the dump? Or do I have to go searching on Twitter? Keeping my 7 on the draw. Yeah. Pillar of the Parents lead into nothing. So it's like a really old Niv build or some complete nonsense. So maybe a little bit lucky here. Finally play the Riddlesmith. Play the Bauble. Always a yield, yes. Do I want the Torpor Orb in this matchup? Probably not. All right, I've got the Shape a New deck list. So that will be available in a brief moment. Opponent leads on Pillar, Mountain, Mist, Land Drop. Love it! If I Field of Ruin, am I helping or hurting? I wonder. I should have played Glimmervoid into... No, Darksteel Citadel into Thopter Foundry into Emry? No, doesn't work. None of that works. Play Emry anyway. Meal. That's kind of... Well, alright. Count for Mirrodin Besieged is 6. Seems good. Alright. Oh, shit. Teferi. No, Prismari Command. Because it's mortal. And it's the only thing that would take them so long to cast. Shit. Bye. Yep. Yep. Of course. How could it not be? Alright. If anyone is interested in the Shape a New deck list, that link is in the chat right now. A little bit late on Chalice. White. Blue. Play Thopter Foundry. Yes. Ditch Glimmervoid. Play Chalice. Yes. Done. Yes. Ditch the bridge. Thopter Foundry plus Whir of Invention gives me the Sword of the Meek, which means we have the combo. So I have the win in hand. So hopefully they play Niv Mizzet or maybe Omnath. Bounces. Riddlesmith. Right, easy game, easy life. Easy game, easy life. 1 Sword of the Meek, 1 Thopter Foundry, and 3 Urzas has thus far resulted in what? 2 game wins? The only 2 game wins? Let's get the soundtrack on. What was the saffron olive? Soccer bird? Soccer bird? Draw some cards. Soccer bird? Draw some cards. Ridiculous human. Opponent not willing to concede easily. Yeah. So one assumes they have an option that would beat us. Wrath of God or some such.
Magic is not for everyone. Consult your doctor before use.
Seems a little bit quiet. Is that too quiet? Crucible, yeah, cast that. Well, if they have Wrath, I guess we did. What is in my main deck that can stop Wrath of God? Well, I could Chalice on X equals 5. Just letting my opponent know I am not going to mess around. And if I must dig for every single Chalice in my deck, then I will absolutely do so. So, enjoy. Right, get back into the rhythm. So, Thopter Foundry, there's a sword, sword. Yes. Thopter Foundry, there's a sword, sword. Yes. Thopter Foundry, there's a sword, sword. Yes. Thopter Foundry, Urza, sword, sword. Yes. Thopter Foundry, Urza, sword, sword. Thopter Foundry, Urza, sword, sword. Oh, you've got to be shitting me. Yes, they are making me play it out. And not responding in chat. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spin. Bubble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is and it isn't. See, watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As long as you don't add more than 5 and then spin, doesn't really matter if you do it, add 5 and then spin, or spin and then add 5. It's the same exact number of clicks with the same exact pattern. I don't even care anymore. Yeah. Well, like, it's just shit because I can't do it online. It's garbage. Like, an opponent was sitting there, like, watching me go through the nonsense, and then, oh, end of turn. Fetch, Misty Rainforest. I'll get my Ketria Triumph. I'm going to go bring to light for fucking Supreme Verdict and just take you out of this. Oh, that's... Yeah, sure. That's fair. If they have the Supreme Verdict in their hand, sure. No, of course not. Not a chance. Garbage. Uh-huh. Yeah, you're shit. You're shit. Opponent is unbelievable. So they pass until end of turn. So none of this nonsense again. They had 1 Wrath. We had the combo again. Lucky as hell. I'm going to make sure that we win. Wasted all of that time because I thought eventually they would concede. They did not. Luckily, I'm a dab hand at the Thopter Sword combo, so no problem here. Click, 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 click. Yes, I have to play around at least a Lightning Helix and a second piece of removal for the construct. So they're at 13, so I want 17 Thopters. Yes. 17. 10, 11, 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. And 17 as the cherry. Right, let's go. Let's go. Get fucked. Should have played the Chalice on 2. So listening to the Serum Visions podcast this week, I also asked to brew around Shape Anew. A spicy one for tonight. The list I have is from the 5.0 dump from yesterday. So I think I put the link earlier. It's here. Alright, so game one again. This time took 12 minutes. But we got it done. So, Niv Mizzet. 3 mystical disputes. And Fairy Time Raveler. Don't need the crypt, don't need the needle. Grinding station is a bit nonsense. Don't need the Crucible and don't need the Witchbane Orb. Even the Bottled Cloister and the Ensnaring Bridge seem quite speculative, as I cannot imagine that 5-color Niv Mizzet, which is a amazing pile of removal, will not have an answer for these. Let's definitely give the Wielding Jar into here. Spellskite, good. Torpor Orb, acceptable. Target into Nullstone. Well, mine is from the 5.0, so I'm kind of cheating. Like, it's not like I made my own Shape Anew deck, which I'm sure would have gone for Blightsteel Colossus. So what the hell is a Nullstone Gargoyle? Nine mana artifact creature 4/5. One of the first non-creature spell of a turn is cast. Counter that. That's ridiculous. Where did you even find that? Nullstone Gargoyle. Glen Farby. Ravnica. Ridiculous. Yeah, well, like, that was when I was playing Standard. But 9 mana, it was unplayable. Why isn't Nullstone Gargoyle non-symmetric? Well, like Tameo. Tameo's even older. Right. Keep that. 2 mana will deal with like a Renin 6. Fire Nullstone Gargoyle. 3 for a 4/5 flying counter. The first 2 spells cast by the opponent each turn. Yeah, sure. Ship it. That will give good competition to the Oko decks. Like, Oko's like powerful, and that will counterbalance the metagame. Like, counterbalance would counterbalance any metagame. So you're on the Modern Horizons design team. Correct. Yes. Shit. Should have saved the engineered explosives, but I assumed that they wouldn't have it because they were lucky enough to have the turn 1 sprawl. Thoughtseize? Oh, you shit, mate. You shit! Throne of Eldraine Horizons. The Crown of Eldraine. Putting the jewels in. Kicking all of Magic design in the jewels. Out of all of the return sets, is Mirrodin and Scars of Mirrodin block, are they the closest in like the busted power level? Because like the original Zendikar is really, really good, and Zendikar Rising is really, really good, and Battle for Zendikar had the Eldrazi Winter in Modern. So like, is that the most consistently powerful reprint set, or is there something else? Is it Zendikar, or is it Mirrodin, Scars of Mirrodin, and Mirrodin original? It's definitely not Innistrad. Ren 6 and Teferi. Huh. Never seen these cards played together before. Nope. Never, ever. Play Teferi. I have to plus because they have a Ren 6 that could just kill this. Brew tonight will be playing around Deafening Silence, Teferi, and Millstone. Interesting. Obnath. Obnath. Swap Nullstone to that Flip Kamigawa guy. That's Irayo. Soratami Ascendant. Well, we did draw Mirrodin Besieged, but this game definitely going Mirren. Putting in a Mir. Pass the turn. Your mana base is a little bit tough, Darth combo. It's not conducive to playing Whir of Invention. I even tried to fix it and I got like 3 or 4 or 5 more blue sources and it still seems a bit shit. Hooray, they're recasting Omnath. Can't shape anew into Arayo. True. No, you would want a different payoff and just playing Arayo in the same deck. Same deck. Same deck. Different day. Okay, opponent. Thopter Triumph. Tapped. I don't know if they're expecting that to come in untapped so they could cast Niv Mizzet, because they cannot currently cast and Bring to Light for any value. If they're just burning off the mana, that's like hilarious. Yes, they are. Unreal. Huh. Alright. Second Teferi. Bounce the Omnath. Chalice is useless. Really hoping to hit a land. Bauble. Pass the turn. Oh, now they've drawn the Niv. Hopefully I can somehow find Urza and Thopter Foundry and the sword. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 11 more artifacts from the graveyard and the Mirrodin Besieged. Or multiple turns so I can use Teferi to bounce the Mirrodin Besieged to replay it on Phyrexian. Renin 6 pings down the Teferi. Oh, with the second Renin 6. Renin 6 into Renin 6 to ping down the Teferi, and then cast Bring to Light next turn. Right. Sure. But I know they drew Niv Mizzet. So I'm not entirely sure why they're doing that way. But whatever. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. Kaya's Geier. Sure. Do they think this does both? Because there's no sword in here. Whatever. No Urza. Shit. No third blue source. Probably just did. Yeah, just did here. Going to game 3. I need the time on clock just in case they make me combo out again, which will be tough on time. Right. Continuing against 5-color Niv. Don't want a needle. Probably do. It's just that it's not something I'm likely to whir into, but it's probably better than Torpor Orb overall. Shit, I don't know if that took it. I doubt it did. No, it didn't. Yeah. You're probably right. I was hoping for a deck that was going to be less horrifically overtaxing during this league, and you had to pick mono blue Mirrodin Besieged Artifact Prison in a super hostile modern with a very difficult mana base. Right, Molta 4. Tap land, go. Tomb. Thoughtseize? No. Yes. Ah, alright. So, game is basically over here. But it would have been already if I don't draw a land. Anyway. Yes, shit. This matchup is going to be shit anyway because their entire deck is full of hyper universal removal. And they were a complete catch you next Tuesday in game 1, making me combo out despite having basically no plan. They did have the Supreme Verdict in hand, but it was kind of not so kind. Did not respond to me in chat in any useful way. So, anyway. Tough league. So, let's start looking at what I would actually do to make this deck everything that I think it should be. I mean, so, Darth Combo, you're here and you're making comments. Is Mirrodin Besieged the most important thing to you? If this is your, like, against the odds combo card, then I will do everything in my power to create a deck here that reflects accurately your desire to win the game with this card. The problem is that if you're looking to win the game with that card, you are so close to things like... Oh, shit. Really? Didn't even notice. Oh, shit. It's hammer time. Sure. I think there is a path to making it something that isn't, quote, just another Urza deck. And I'll show you exactly what that is at the end of the league. So, play the Void. Play the Engineered Explosives on 0. Because we've got Chalice on 1 for next turn. So we get to play Citadel and wipe them out. There's really not a incentive to play out the Chalice on 0. No, but Darth Combo, if you want to play Mirrodin Besieged as your win condition, then I think the correct direction to take it is make sure that it cannot be confused for being another Urza deck. So, don't play Urza in your deck. Don't play the Sword. Don't play the Thopter Foundry. Don't play Urza. Why would you do that? It's pointless. Just don't do it. Like, just no. Like, just take him out. Mostly just after the prison and thought Mirrodin was a good win con while sitting behind prison. Perfect. So, I'll show you how to do that. And we're going to have a great time doing it. So, pop the explosives for 0. Boom, boom, boom. Play Chalice on 0. So, now Lurker gets 0 value here. If they have a hammer right now, we're dead. Can't beat that draw. Do you have it or not? Wait, what? You shit! What is that? You're shit, mate. Opponent says maths. Maths. Well, we're dead anyhow. Did not draw a second Chalice. Do not have time to do much else. Yep. Counter that. Try to unload my hand. But they've got the hammer. Yeah, just dead here. Yeah, the problem with the idea of playing Darth Combo or of playing Mirrodin Besieged, why not just Chalice on 1 versus EE and pop? Do they have an out? No, I just didn't want them to get all the free value out of their graveyard because they put the Lurus in their hand very aggressively, which meant I thought they didn't have any kind of plan to actually kill me, but they had both. So I could pop the Chalice on 0 and ensure that their Lurus got 0 value once it resolved. Whereas playing a Chalice on 1 required all my mana and left them with all these 0 drops in play, the ability to play Lurus and then cycle Mishra's Bauble out of their graveyard over and over and over. So and they go and they get cranial plating. So I took the high risk, high reward line and got savaged. It happens. So if you want to build this deck as a prison deck with Mirrodin Besieged, that is your goal. Get the Urzas out, which means you don't need as much mana. You're going to have a lot more space to play with. You can keep all of these cards, which I would have cut. So that's where I'm going to start from when we're done here. Mulligan. Keep. Bottom the second Talisman. Sure. Not super married to Besieged if there is a better non-codex shredder win con. There is. It's Crucible of Worlds and Ipnu Rivulet. That's the Susurrus combo version. The deck also usually uses Pyrite Spellbomb. So Pyrite Spellbomb alongside of the Academy Ruins. You just recur that every turn until your opponent gives up. Oh shit. How many 0-drop artifacts am I getting? Oh! They nailed me. They saw that I was on Chalice. So they played out 0 drops on 1. They fetched 1 as if to make it look like they didn't have any. And then this happened. Rubbish. Garbage. Just nonsense. It's a bit... we do not have red. I took out the 1 Aether Grid from your sideboard, which was making your whole mana base kind of messed up. And they have a disenchant. So just dead here. Looks like. Claws the hammer, plays the hammer, equips the hammer, crack in for 12. Dead on board. No 0-drop artifact. Yeah, just dead here. Absolutely crushed by another top tier deck. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Other than the really strange Grixis Sprite Dragon deck we played against, it's been all tier 1. Or like 1.5. Which is a little bit rough. With our little brew here. So, if you want to play a Mirrodin Besieged deck that is not any other Whir Prison deck, take out all the other cards that are other Whir Prison cards. Just avoid them. As soon as you add Thopter Sword, you should play Urza. As soon as you add, I don't know, but this right here, this is where you should start. Mirrodin Besieged as the primary win condition, and maybe Ipnu Rivulet. It's the backup. Geier Reach, unless you have Narset in the main deck, it's pretty pointless. And the blue support is poor. You feel about Narset in the main. So, Susurrus, who was the most prolific prison player before the banning of Mox Opal, played Narset and Karn, the great creator, in the main deck. So, that is certainly an option. No. I don't like Hall of Heliod. Just draw the Besieged. Just draw one of the Besieged. You don't need to, like, I mean, maybe if you can figure out the colors, but you've already got, like, 4 colorless producing lands in the mana base, and you're playing Whir, which is blue, blue, blue. We've consistently had problems in this league being able to cast this card. On even 4 lands. Frequently, 4 lands, we still can't cast it. And I put in 2 talismans. So, it's not working. Whatever this mana base is, it is not working. Thanks, Gene and I. Hope you're having a good evening. Throw down Gemstone Caverns. Exile the Fiery Islet. Yield. Opponent Monastery Swiftspear leads on. Monastery Swiftspear! Now that is someone who has no fear. 0 fear. Which is good because our deck is, well, we're going to play a turn 1, 2-1. Enjoy, opponent. Yep. Well, I would play the Glimmervoid, but I don't have an artifact, so can't do that. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, no. Just go Phyrexian. Shit, I could have blocked last turn. I would guess that they will have a mutagenic growth, but now they can just burn the Riddlesmith. So not a good choice. Lava Spike, sure. Don't die. That is the dream. Island is a create a 1/1 construct. Excellent. Top notch. My dream is to eat ice cream in a hot tub. Are you not from Canada or somewhere in the north? Because if you are, that is a very reasonable dream. Lots of hot tubs. You can make it happen. Shit. Bolt. Boros Charm? One card. Gotta be. Exact. So spears are unnecessary. Well, fun in this modern league. So I packed for this Dragon's Claw and Willing Jar. Needle out. Right, that's what I'm like. That's exactly what I'm saying, Ace of Spades. Like that is a normal occurrence. Oh shit! It's a bit cold out. Let's hop in the hot tub and eat some ice cream. So against Burn, Mirrodin Besieged is not like this is not going to be any kind of win conditions. So we just rock most of the rest of the deck and hope that's going to be all right. Keep. Hallowed Fountain into Gemstone Caverns into Dragon's Claw. Good start. Vintage Swift Spear. Fair. Dragon's Claw. This requires 3 artifacts to be going, but I have 3 artifacts, so good to go. Well, shit. Oh, I am trying. I really am trying. Right. So, Emry. Yeah. Emry. Mills. Chalice and one another claw. Suspia number 2. coming in. There we go. Take 2. Play the skewer. Idle and shit. Fetch. Island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they have the skewer. So taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at minimum. Oh. They had the smashed smithereens. Like, there's there's no way. I can use the Emry to cast Chalice on X2, but it's not, there's no value. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 already. Kill the Swifty boys. Oh, I've got the explosives. Sure. Fair enough. Thank you, Jin and I. Jin and I have a very special relationship. I like gin in and around my mouth. Buys me ice cream in exchange for hints. Sugar baby of gin. No block. Pop my explosives. Take skewer. Literal sugar baby. Yes. I can only cast spells convert event that costs 4 or more. So I can take 1 and get the Thopter Foundry. Yes. Go to 2 by sacrificing the crypt. So don't let anyone say that I didn't fight to the last here. Combat? Sure. Attack? Sure. Activate. Thopter. Block. One, 2, 3, 4. Well, sometimes you are going to win a game you do not deserve to win. Was that a good draw? I think it might have been alright. Could be good. What? Was it 2? 1 lightning bolt was like... What? Whatever. Alright. So, game 3 then. I am totally shocked by the vague adjacency to how viable this deck seems to be. Yeah, keep. Yeah. Turn 1 Dragon's Claw. Seems good. Chuck the Emry. It's useless. Goblin Guide coming in, yeah. Urza on top, yeah, of course, yeah, for sure. Go Dragon's Claw. Welding Jar. Bauble. Go. Island. Suspia. Sure. Yeah. Suspia. Looks a lot like game 1. But worse. Crucible on top. Useless. Shit. Totally. Should have bought the Bauble, but like. Goblin Guide not working for the good guys today. Nope. Goblin Guide is not working for the good guys. Shit. Oh. Oh. Good lord. That's not good. Going to 8, 5, 6, 0. So just about dead. Can Whir for what? Nothing? Thopter Foundry? Oh. Whir for another Dragon's Claw. So take 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Spellskite? Shall I leave in the Spellskite? I did. Alright. Whir for the Spellskite and then block something? Sure. So take the 3. No, I should have, whatever. I've got the welding jar anyway, but it will tap the Spellskite, so we'll see. No land. Now there were, but no land. Yeah, should have redirected the Spellskite. Whatever. Oh, that's no good. So, 0 for 4, but 3 game wins. 3 game wins. We tried. Going to give away the final match win to some lucky folk. This is the deck that I would start with without, no copies of, get the Fiery Islet out of here. And Darth combo, for your benefit, I would say look up what people were playing in a deck called Whir Prison from before the banning of Mox Opal. Canister was well known for playing it, as was an MTGO grinder named Susurrus. Surusrus? Something like that. Yeah. That will lead you in a direction of something that was, in some form or fashion, competitive, and give you a basis on which to construct this deck. Emry may be more of a liability than anything else, because like Emry and Riddlesmith seem like they are super valuable, except everyone in Modern wants to kill your creatures. So there's like no value in playing just 7 if they are so fragile. If that makes any sense. I would love Modern to be the place where you could play something like this and it would be as fun as you want it to be, but it's just not. This is not a format where you can just like mess around with something that is this mopey. You need to find something that is considerably more cutthroat, considerably more savage. So if you want to have a cutesy win condition like Mirrodin Besieged, you must cut all other nonsense from your deck entirely. And maybe lean on the variants of something like Chalice of the Void to carry you through matchups like Jund Shadow or Grixis Death Shadow or Burn or Prowess. Because otherwise you're just not going to have a chance and you're going to have a miserable time in almost every match that you play. You're going to start setting up your shit, and then your opponent is going to kill you. So I don't want you to have the same kind of experience that we just had there. Because I get to share it with all of you, and your suffering will be solo against some opponent who gets to gloat over their victory. So that is another entry into my artifact prison logs. No, I'm not coming from a perspective where I'm trying to tell you that this is not something that you can do. Just in that, if this is your priority, then you need to either concede to your deck being of a sort of casual, sort of tier 3 or lower competitiveness, or make some tough decisions. I love Emry Lurker of the Loch, and I would play it in every artifact deck that I could, but oftentimes it is not correct to do so, because every piece of removal in the format can easily target her. So you either need to commit to many more creatures that draw your opponent's removal, so that eventually you can stick one that has great value, or play almost no creatures except for Urza. So if Urza is something you want to play, then you can play Emry and Riddlesmith and etc. But as I demonstrated in many of the matches there, the only place this deck wants to go... Did you not like the multiple Spellskite? Well, no. And because it is a specialist tool, or... It's a specialist tool, or it is something that you... It's not going to win you any games, and it's taking up space. And I understand the desire to have things like Darksteel Citadel in the deck, because they increase thought that he would save Emry's. Well, the problem is that half the time you're going to draw Spellskites with like Riddlesmiths or no Emrys at all. And yeah, it's just not... Even if it does save Emrys, then oftentimes the Spellskite will die and people will just also be able to kill your Emry. So there is a theoretical magical Christmas land draw of this deck where you could beat most things, but I think in reality that's just not going to happen if you're playing things like Grinding Station or a lot of these cards, right? Is that just trying to be as fair as possible. If you would like me to come back tomorrow just to send you a list that I think would be an ideal starting point for if this was the only thing that was a condition, like, hey, I want to win with Mirrodin Besieged. How should I build the deck? I can send you a deck list that would be exactly that, to the best of my ability, and I will do so. This was not it. This was not my best effort in terms of that side of things because I had other concerns as I was coming into this league. So, yeah. So, that was my best effort on the prison deck as submitted by Darth Combo. I want to let everyone in the future on the YouTube know that you can hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and check out any of my other videos that you are interested in. That was a mono blue, quote-unquote, splashing into white prison deck. And for everyone hanging out with me live here, we are going to be continuing on to a Shape a New deck